Talk to you about what does it mean to follow Jesus? I mean, to really follow him. You know, in our day and age, we understand that following Jesus requires complete commitment. We hear that all the time, but what does that really mean? Well, for the rich young ruler, it meant giving up his possessions, and that's why he walked away. I think when we talk about following Jesus, we kind of compartmentalize our lives. We give Jesus all of our lives, but we compartmentalize the areas we really don't want him to mess with, and kind of keep those tucked away, maybe shove those things into the closet of our lives and put a lock on it to say, well, you know, you can have everything, but let's just don't go there. It plays out this way. We kind of negotiate like this. You know, I'll follow Jesus, but I'm not going to get rid of any of my possessions. Don't ask me to forgive people who hurt me. I'm not going to do that. I mean, they deserve what they get. Or how about this? Don't ask me to save sex for marriage. I mean, who can do that? I can't help my desires. Or don't ask me to give a percentage of my money. You know, I worked hard for that cash. Well, I know we all have those compartmentalizing type ideas in our lives. And what I'm sharing with you today comes from Kyle Idleman in his book, Follower. And it's a great book. I encourage you to read it. But he says in there that Jesus never left open the idea of selective commitment. He said there's a new group in our society that they want to be vegetarians. And when they were interviewed on MSNBC, this young lady said, well, I'm a vegetarian, but I really like sausage. And so now they've come up with a new name for themselves. They call themselves flexitarians. Flexitarians. You know, they're not vegetarians, they're flexitarians because they really like sausage or what other kind of meat that they may want to eat. They just need to be a little more flexible. I think that may describe our commitment with Jesus today, that we compartmentalize and become more flexible, that Jesus would be more flexible with us. How does that play out in the Christian life? Well, I think it plays out like this. You know, I want to follow Jesus, but I really don't like serving the poor. Or how about this? I love going to church. I just don't like going on a regular basis. Or how about this? I'm willing to give some of my money, but man, all my resources are spoken for. Oh, don't ask me to save sex for marriage. I mean, I love Jesus, but you know, nobody does that. I'm committed to Jesus. I'm just not 100% committed. And I think that's kind of where people are today. I have some bad news for myself and for all of us. Jesus calls for 100% commitment. He is a Jesus that says you're all in or you're not in. So which way do we fall? So I guess the question that I have to ask myself, and the question I'm going to ask you today is simply this: are you a flexitarian or are you a follower of Jesus? Just a thought for Thursday.